Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the UK Brand Show. And today is a very special day because we have another very special guest to join us. This show is mainly broadcasted to a lot of small, medium enterprises around the UK. And all those SMEs are all seeking help in some form in terms of getting their business off the ground and started. And we've got a guest today who's a lady called Polly Dhaliwal. And she's the Chief Operating Officer for Enterprise Nation, which is a small business community that supports over 700,000 people every year to offer help starting and growing a successful business. Enterprise Nation operates in the UK and Ireland and is looking to deploy their support programs and digital self-serve content to small businesses in new territories across 2023. So I'll ask her all about those when she joins us. Something else I'll ask you about is also they say that they aim to support thousands of small businesses every day, understanding what businesses need and delivering this in what they describe as less than 3 clicks. So we'll ask Polly all about that in a second. A little bit about her. She joined Enterprise Nation's Partnerships Manager when they released their first version of a business support platform. And her role was to work with regional councils on how they delivered tailored support digitally to small businesses in their region. She then progressed ultimately to become COO as she gained full understanding of each part of the business and what it could deliver. She says that her favorite thought that keeps her grounded and close to the mission of Enterprise Nation, and I love this, is that the company used to get excited when 5 members would sign up in a day and they'll be sat in the office late looking at their businesses, and it was all very exciting. And now they have hundreds signing up, and they're building some very cool technology and journeys to build a global small business support platform. So we're going to hear all about that. She also hosts her own podcast called Girls in Movement, which is a social not-for-profit, which aims at educating young girls. So again, something else to talk about. Really excited to ask Polly to join us today. So she's going to join us any second now. And as if by magic, here we have Polly, and Penny's just joined us as well. Hi, both of you. Hi, Polly first.
Hello. Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm very good. Good to see you.
Yeah,
and Penny, finally you got here. That's great. I was worried that you got caught in traffic or something there, but fortunately you're with us.
Yeah, I'm all good and all here. I'm very good to meet you, Polly.
You too. Polly and Penny is like a dream duo act.
Should we make him say it several times?
Yeah. So Polly, let me start by saying, you are very much at the heart of what we do on this show. We are all about SMEs, and we're all about, what it is that they're going to do to drive their business, etc., going forward. So it'd be really great to get your ideas and what you guys are doing at Enterprise Nation.
Yeah, of course. So for those of you who don't know who we are and what we do, so Enterprise Nation are a small business themselves. We're a team of 50, and we are at the heart of how we deliver business support to small businesses, from startups, so mumpreneurs in their kitchen, to scale-ups who have just pitched to Boots and now they want to go and export their product, for example. So we have built a massive community, and we deliver events, campaigns, programs, all via a platform which delivers support to just over 750,000 businesses now. It wasn't always like that. It was very much a very small community to start off with. Our founder, Emma Jones, built this company 15 years ago. And at the heart of it, it was how can we deliver small business support for free to as many entrepreneurs as possible. The way in which we deliver support is in a few ways. So we deliver programs in partnership with big corporates. So for example, the likes of Meta, Uber, Deloitte, Adobe, they come to Enterprise Nation and believe that we have a trusted community of small businesses where they can land their programs in and deliver business support. For example, Uber have just delivered an incredible Uber Black Business Fund where they believe that they would love to deliver more funding to Black-owned business entrepreneurs. So for us, we said we reach a diverse community. We think we can reach more, but it would be great to work with, in partnership with Uber, to reach that community. So we have corporates who deliver programs via our platform. But then we also have support in the type of advisors. So we have a community of incredible advisors, lawyers, accountants, marketing experts who also, we match them to the small businesses who deliver free 30-minute calls, but then they can go off and kind of work with a video expert, and they can help them with a service there specifically as well. And then, of course, our events. We run daily events with a small team of 50. We run over 550 events a year. So that is a blend of virtual and in person. We are actually all recovering from a massive startup show that happened on Saturday in King's College in London, where 2,000 entrepreneurs came on a Saturday. There's multiple zones, which are all powered by our big corporates. And what it is come to this zone to find out more around marketing for a food and drink brand. We have a stage called Show Me the Money, which is all about access to finance. And these entrepreneurs come very excited to this massive event, connect with each other, and then hopefully throughout the year, we can continue that support through the platform. So yeah, we have a very active small business community and work with a number of organizations to deliver that support as well.
That sounds great. And how long have you been going?
So it started 15 years ago from our founder, but I've been in the organization for 6 years. What was quite nice is we've only really had the platform for 6 years. Before that, we built the community first. So a lot of these big tech corporates across the world, they tend to build the platform and hope the community come. But our founder, as she says, we built the party of entrepreneurs first, and then we plugged in the technology, which was great because instantly, we suddenly found that we were doing these incredible in-person events, but there was nowhere for these individuals to connect, match them further. They have one event and they're like, oh, that was so exciting. But then they go back to selling their, pens online, for example.
Yeah, right.
They don't think about, okay, let me think bigger again. So our job is to take what we were learning at events very much at the start and then building that platform. So yeah, it's been very community driven from start to finish for the last 15 years, but we've plugged in the platform elements sort of the last 6 years.
So let me just take you back now. Before you joined us, I was telling everyone a little bit about you and your company, as far as I knew that, up to that point. And firstly, I noticed that you were saying that you were hoping this year to at the moment, you supply support, if you like, for UK and Ireland, and you're looking to expand that into other. Where are you hoping to go to next?
Yeah, so for us, we would love to reach more European territories. So Spain, Germany, France, for example. We feel working with these big corporates, we could deliver on that ambition. Now, one thing to recognise is there are a lot of UK-based businesses and Ireland who would like to export to these countries. So that could be our first route in, is to help UK-based businesses export to European territories and Asia, for example. But we also feel that business support tends to be pretty standard. A few categories of support are separate, but when it comes to Facebook ads, how do you upload a Facebook ad? How does Google AdWords work for me? It's pretty universal. So we feel if we can build a platform which has universal content in different languages, then I think we could tick a massive box. The bits where it differs is access to funding, access to or pitching to governments within your regions, for example. We don't have the knowledge of how to pitch to a Thai government, for example, but we would work with those organizations on the ground who could help us do that. So for us, we've been learning a lot every single day, tweaking the user journey every day, and working with our partners here to find out what lands well with businesses, but also what is the pain point for businesses? They're time poor, which is something we all know, but they're looking for funding and quickly, especially at the moment. So we believe that that's just not a UK situation at the moment, that's global. So how can we take our learnings here in the UK across the world as soon as possible, hopefully?
Yeah, right. Yeah, great. And I noticed you described something, and I said to the listeners that I'd come back to this, and I want to know what you meant when you said that you aim to support those businesses and understand, what they do and deliver that in less than 3 clicks. Yeah. Just give a little explanation about all of that.
Yeah, so for us, it's, as I say, businesses are time poor. So for them, there is so much support coming at them. So if I'm a small business, I'm a food and drink brand, I could go on Instagram and I might not ever need a website, because Instagram, TikTok, they have stores now all through their applications.
Right.
I could go to my council and they could give me a grant. I could go to an organization like Enterprise Nation, I could go to a more wider government program, I could go to Deloitte, Uber. There's all these different elements of support coming at them. And for us, we feel at Enterprise Nation, how do we build a platform that houses all of this support? So we have our own content which comes onto the platform, but then we have the partners' content, programs from government, regional councils. So all of this is housed on a platform, but it's not enough for us to just expect a small business to type in, oh, actually, no, I know that, I don't know, Kent Council, for example, have this grant program running. We need to assess what the business needs, and then we need to match them to the support quite quickly. So for us, it's they land on Enterprise Nation. We assess what they need very quickly. So there's two ways. If they know exactly what they're looking for, they just type in marketing support. On their second click, they can either select an advisor, a 3-minute e-learning video, or a program. And then the third click, they would read that, view that, or connect. Our kind of second way is we have a diagnostic tool, and this is the thing that we believe we could take, to a global scale. How do we assess what the business needs across accounting, legal, HR, digital very quickly? So we have a simple diagnostic which the user goes through, and then we play back recommendations. So we say, okay, we understand your region is Kent, you're a food and drink brand, and you are having trouble with, I don't know, Instagram ads at the moment. Okay, we believe this is the support you need. So we can deliver it in 3 clicks if they know exactly what they're looking for. But as I was saying before, because businesses are time poor, we try to create the platform in a way that let's learn as much as possible when you first sign up with us, but then on your dashboard every single day, how you check Facebook, Instagram, BBC News, it's your companion apps that you have on your phone. We would like Enterprise Nation to be the small businesses across the globe, their companion app for us to tell you, based on data, what the best support is needed for you at this stage of your business.
You mentioned Kent. That's very much your territory, Penny, isn't it? In terms of small businesses, you work with a lot of them yourself.
Yeah, well, Kent has got one of the highest concentration of small businesses actually in the UK. So I can't remember the number now off the top of my head, but I was really keen to say, from your experience, what are sort of the key concerns you're being asked by small businesses at the moment? Is it, I suppose it's a bit obvious, the energy crisis, the financial crisis, any crisis really, but what are the sort of key things that are being mentioned by?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, we run something called a small business barometer every quarter, and for us it's getting a pulse of how small businesses are feeling. We tend to get just under 1,000 people interact with that, so it's a good base number to get a pulse of how the UK is feeling in that moment. It's very interesting. So when we think things are important, we're just in this world of deliver content, and that's what the businesses want. Confidence is a massive thing at the moment. So for us, well-being for us, delivering support is all about physical support in the sense of, is it an event, is it an e-learning video, but actually it's a lot of mental support businesses need at the moment. Some businesses, I would say a number of them are at a crossroad of, do I continue trading or do I go back to a 9 till 5? And that is the biggest thing. So for us, confidence needs to be built back up in the UK. And what we're seeing from government is a lot of fear, which is not good for businesses to continue trading and say, actually, do you know what, I will take a risk, I will open a pop-up shop, I will go and trade online and quit my 9 till 5. And entrepreneurs are bred from risk. So if the risk is then not there, to take, and they haven't got the, security from our government to say, actually, take the risk. We will invest our time, our money in you, and we can let you run and build your business. Then, a lot of entrepreneurs will take the safe road, which is absolutely fine, and continue on their day-to-day 9 till 5. So yeah, I'd say confidence is a big thing. The second thing is definitely access to funding. So with that confidence, it is because they are not making sales quick enough. So Christmas was obviously a peak for a lot of small businesses, but it wasn't the peak that it was 2 years ago. And so a big thing is that, hospitality took a massive hit, which I'm sure you probably talk about on your show as well. I don't think we recognize how much of a hit hospitality took because of strikes. And And I think they are now still recovering and still will be, and probably until later this year. So for us, it's everything we put out is confidence. How can we work with big corporates to get that funding to those entrepreneurs? So, we work with 3 around delivering grants to businesses in Ireland. Uber is one. Adobe have got an incredible campaign, which we launched at the weekend, which was offering digital grants. So you spend the money on marketing, ads, etc. You can see your ads on buses, billboards across the UK. So for us, it's how do we give all of this support for free to lean into what businesses are worried about at the moment. So, the well-being of them as a founder. And then the second thing would be funding. So how can we wrap that around and package it up as support for them as well?
I was going to go back quickly to the hospitality sector as well, because I understand there's a lot of pressures with staffing as well. So it's the sort of perfect storm coming out of Brexit and then the pandemic and now the financial crisis. I know a lot of sort of hospitality venues that can't open because they haven't got staff or they haven't got a chef or.
Yeah. It's something which is hard for us to, so we deal with entrepreneurs who are 0 to 10. So that first hire is so important because it can be the make or break for you as well. You put a lot of risk into that first hire. First 2 or 3, I would say, because they are like your mini founders, your mini co-founders. They're the ones, whether it's a tech company, an app company or the local pub across the road, those few will carry that company or business. Now, suddenly when you start, especially hospitality companies, they don't rely on digital tools like we do. Theirs is very much in person. Now, if they do not have the staff, they cannot open that day. So we're based in Aldgate. I notice a lot of, coffee shops, they're not open now. Before it used to be just Monday because that was a slow trading day. It's now Monday and Tuesday, which I find incredible because it's actually cheaper for them to not run for 2 days a week and have the staff for the rest of the week, which, it's really sad. But, if we've got another rail strike tomorrow, so that means another day where probably if I was a coffee shop owner, I'd say there's no point in opening on Thursday, the 1st of February. So again, there's so many different circumstances for a small business owner.
Hey, Polly, I hope you're not telling me something I didn't know there. I'm on a train tomorrow. I thought the train strike was Wednesday and Friday, not Thursday.
Oh, sorry, today. It's today, Wednesday and Friday. Tomorrow you're fine.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, yes.
Confirmed.
Listen, what interests me is that the word recruitment, because it seems to me you've got 3 types of recruitment. You've got your corporate partners, your Metas and your, Ubers as well. And then you've got your advisors, and then you've got your SMEs, of course. So how do you recruit those people?
Yeah, good question. Partners were the bread and butter when we first started out. So the platform was very much secondary. I was employee number 6 at Enterprise Nation. I think I said to you both, there were days in the office where we'd spend late nights where 5 small businesses, we'd Google them because we were like, oh, this is so exciting. They're on the platform. Then we'd have 100 people show up to an event down the road. But the biggest gap was getting them to come onto the platform. So the partners have always fundamentally been there, but it's all about shifting the partner's mindset with how businesses are operating at that time. So when we work with corporates, we try to shape what a good program could look like so it lands into a small business community well. So partners, we work with all of the big tech partners at the moment. So we have really strong relationships with them.
It's an impressive list you have there, on the website.
Yeah, but of course it's taken time and, the team's time to kind of nurture these relationships, especially over COVID. We sort of pre-2020, we were probably managing at about 8 partners a year. And they were kind of big campaigns that we would run, Festival of Female Entrepreneurs, startup shows, pitching exchanges, etc. We now manage 35 partners a year. So the team grows, the expectations grow, but also the complexity of the programs grow because it's a lot more than just doing a pop-up banner in an event space. Sorry if you can hear that. The joys of Aldgate in Central. It never stops here.
The joy of life.
Yeah. Just the second one I would say is advisors. Yes. So the way we recruit them is we go to organizations like ICAW, so Institute of Chartered Accountants, and we say, how can we work with an accountant is a small business themselves. Their biggest thing is, how do I build my profile? How do I build my pipeline? So for us, they pay a fee of £199 a year. And they list their profile on Enterprise Nation, and then they list their services as well. You ask them to give a free 30-minute call to all small businesses, because a big thing for us is that that small business needs to be able to trust you before they commit spending money with you. And then a second thing we ask is listing the service price. Now, what that means is when we first built the platform, two things that came out of why businesses need to have trust in support is because if we look at, and I hate to tarnish this whole sector, but if we look at legal fees, for example, you tend to hear, well, it will cost as much as it costs. And so a big thing of why we built this platform is to build trust amongst small businesses and how they access advice. So we ask our small business advisors to list their services with a rough cost as well. So small business knows, okay, I can check, based on my budget, that a videographer, I have a budget of 500 quid. Okay, Enterprise Nation will only show me advisors who can offer that service at that price. So the way we recruit them is through institutions, organizations across the UK, but also just through organic marketing. So, advisors want to land in a small business community which is active. Our startup show event, we have 13 advisors across the day, just talking to small businesses about their expertise, not selling, just saying, this is how you do Facebook ads, this is how you do SEO. So advisor recruitment organically happens. And then the small business recruitment comes through our programs, majority, but again, very organic. We don't do any paid ads at Enterprise Nation for just organic Enterprise Nation. It's mainly for programs. But if a small business is walking down the street, they see an ad for, I don't know, Uber Black Business Fund, or it's an Uber driver waiting for their next Uber call. They see an email which says, did you know you can access this grant? They will come via Enterprise Nation and sign up as a member there. So it's our job to keep them nurtured, engaged after that.
And it's free for them, Polly, yeah?
Yeah, completely free for small businesses.
That's great.
I don't think we will charge small businesses. I mean, our founder might think differently maybe in a couple of years, but for now we feel it at a time like this, small business support needs to be free. I think they need to have somewhere to turn to. And just to lean into that, I don't think it's, you talk about how we acquire this community, the support we deliver, and it leads into the point I made to Penny, the support we deliver, of course, is very, read this, watch this, connect with this advisor, but this community element, we can't take that away from how it makes businesses feel. All I heard, Saturday when everything wrapped up was, it's so nice to get away from my day-to-day and connect with other entrepreneurs. So for us, it's all about building that community all the time, every day. Right,
I got you. So I read, Polly, something about something you have, which is in conjunction with one of your partners called, is it the MasterCard Strive program? Tell me a little bit about that, because I was really interested about that. I think it entices ethnic groups to join, doesn't it?
Yeah, so our Strive one-stop shop in partnership with MasterCard is a really exciting program which we launched back in 2021 at the start. So I think we were still in lockdown. Those 2 years just are a bit of a blur for everyone, I think. But yeah, we launched that with MasterCard, and they have a department which is Centre of Inclusive Growth, which I suppose is their ESG arm. And they they have a community called Strive, which is global. And it's all around how to provide support, not just business support, funding support, wellness support, to hard to reach communities. So they came to Enterprise Nation and said, how can we land a program or build a program which delivers support to entrepreneurs? And we said, look, Enterprise Nation are doing it already. Let's do this collectively and let's deliver support. So MasterCard has funded a lot of new work that Enterprise Nation, new features that we have delivered on the platform, which has been incredible. It's then allowed us to reach more diverse communities. So for them, it's at the moment, so 2 years ago when we first launched, I think our reach to diverse communities was roughly at about 6%. And for me personally, I just thought we need to increase that. There's so many, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and for me, they all lean into their own community, because if feel they can't get that support from outside of their community. So a big goal for me was to increase that by at least 8%, which we hit this year. And then we want to hit it another 8% in 2023 as well. So we would love to get 30% of entrepreneurs on Enterprise Nation are from diverse backgrounds. So Strive is a really interesting program because it supports female entrepreneurs, and organically our membership base is majority women, 61%. And then reaching those hard to reach communities in the UK as well. The way we do that is partnering with on the ground organizations who, Turn, for example, the Entrepreneurs Refugee Network. We work closely with them in terms of delivering free support and membership to those refugees who want to start a business here in the UK. So we work on how we diversify our community, and that is in a massive partnership with MasterCard and the Strive community, which is great.
It sounds a fascinating business model you got going there. And sadly, we have run out of time now, but I want to ask you if there are SMEs of the SMEs listening in and watching in today, how do they get in touch with you? Through the website?
Yeah, just enterprisenation.com, sign up as a free member, and just enjoy the journey and feedback to me if there's anything else we can do. So I don't know, I may regret this, but my email is polly@enterprisenation.com if you do need any help. But we have a lovely community team who support our entrepreneurs every day as well. But yeah, we're here to help you. So just drop us a message if you need any business support.
Well, it sounds like you're doing God's work, that's for sure. Listen, Polly, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been really interesting, and I'm going to go back soon. You've whetted my appetite more now, because I went through your website at length, and I want to go back to it now. We talk to you and just find a bit more in detail now. Things will make sense to me a lot more now I've spoken as well. So thank you for that.
Definitely.
Thank you, Penny.
We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go, Pen.
Very good, very interesting. And it's small businesses and the challenges they're facing right now. I think it is interesting about the confidence, Yeah,
it's interesting. It's good to know there's companies like that out there, organizations like that out there to help more businesses. So it's
unbiased support, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So there we go, another show.
Marvelous. Yes. So
and if people want to get in touch, Pen, how do they do that?
Yeah, so you can contact us through Facebook and Twitter. Just direct message us at the UK Brand Show, and on the website at the ukbrandshow.co.uk website. Perfect.
Well, that's it. Well, thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll be back again very soon with some more great guests. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you. Bye for now.
Soon. Bye.